ADW Hatred slams Last Chance of 2023 event by Colton Dennis. The crowd is cheering. Hello everyone and welcome to another Hatred Slam pay-per-view, said announcer number 1. Oh, I say welcome as well. Because tonight's pay-per-view is called Last Chance. And that means it's the competitors' last chance to win their titles. Because after tonight, we have something planned for the next pay-per-view, said announcer number 2. That's right my friend, but let's focus on tonight, where the Transcontinental Champion will defend his title, said announcer number 1. Oh, I hope Fiend retains his title tonight. I really do, because Hatred Slam just got the title back, said announcer number 2. Well, let's head to the ring and watch the match, said announcer number 1. Great idea, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a triple threat tables match. And is for the Transcontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers, first representing Blood Rumble, Quicksilver. Next representing the Wild Bull, the Surgeon. And their opponent, representing Hatred Slam. He is the Transcontinental Champion, the Fiend, said announcer number 3. The Fiend raises his title then hands it to referee number 1. Referee number 1 raises the title, walks towards the ropes then hands it to man number 1. Bell dings. And here we go, said announcer number 1. All three are walking around the ring. Quicksilver kicks the Fiend's stomach. The Fiend groans. Quicksilver is hitting the Fiend's back. The Fiend falls onto his knees. Quicksilver looks at the Surgeon. Come on, man, said Quicksilver. Both Quicksilver and the Surgeon continuously hit the Fiend's back. Both Quicksilver and Surgeon are working together, said announcer number 2. They're gonna make sure there's a new champion, said announcer number 1. Both Quicksilver and the Surgeon grab the Fiend's head. Quicksilver points. Both Quicksilver and the Surgeon run towards the ropes then throw the Fiend through the middle of them. The Fiend lands onto the floor then he groans. Fiend gets sent outside of the ring. The Surgeon walks away then raises his arms. Surgeon is taking his victory lap, I guess, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver hits the Surgeon's back. The Surgeon groans then walks towards the corner. Quicksilver continuously kicks the Surgeon's stomach. The Surgeon continuously groaning then slides down the corner. Quicksilver walks away, looks at the Surgeon, runs then does a corner dropkick onto him. The Surgeon groans. What a dropkick by Quicksilver. Quicksilver grabs the Surgeon's legs, pulls him then hooks both of them. This ain't a regular match Quicksilver. It's a tables match, said referee number 1. Quicksilver forgot this was a tables match, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver stands up, walks towards the ropes, goes through the middle of them then goes to grab a table. The Fiend stands up then clotheslines Quicksilver hard onto the floor. Quicksilver groans. Quicksilver is gonna feel that when he recovers, said announcer number 2. The Fiend stands up, grabs a table then sets it up next to the ring. Fiend's setting up a table next to the ring. I wonder what he has in mind, said announcer number 1. The Fiend picks Quicksilver up then lays him onto the table. Whatever Fiend is thinking, he's definitely gonna try and squash Quicksilver, said announcer number 2. The Fiend climbs onto the ledge of the ring, looks down at Quicksilver then goes to jump off it. The Surgeon stands up, runs then hits the Fiend with a forearm. The Fiend falls off the ledge of the ring then hits his head off the barricade. Oh, Fiend hit his head off the barricade, said announcer number 1. Yeah, but did you see how Surgeon blasted Fiend off of the ledge? He saved the match, said announcer number 2. The Surgeon looks down at Quicksilver then climbs up the turnbuckle. For himself, said announcer number 1. The Surgeon gets to the top turnbuckle then looks down at Quicksilver. Quicksilver rolls off of the table then walks away. Quicksilver just rolled off of the table, said announcer number 2. And Surgeon ain't pleased either, said announcer number 1. The Surgeon climbs down the turnbuckle, rolls outside of the ring then approaches Quicksilver. Quicksilver kicks the Surgeon's stomach. The Surgeon groans. Quicksilver grabs the Surgeon's head then bounces it off of the announce table. The Surgeon groans then walks away. Surgeon's head gets bounced off our table, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver walking towards the Surgeon. The Surgeon turns around then knees Quicksilver's stomach. Quicksilver groans. The Surgeon grabs Quicksilver's head then throws him into the barricade. Quicksilver. Surgeon sends Quicksilver into the barricade, said announcer number 2. The Surgeon is leaning against the barricade, holds his stomach then looks at the steel stairs. Surgeon is looking at those steel stairs, said announcer number 1. The Surgeon picks Quicksilver up then whips him. Quicksilver reverses it. The Surgeon's right shoulder goes into the steel stairs then groans. Oh, Quicksilver reverses it, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver is leaning against the ring. The fiend slides into the ring, approaches the ropes, sticks his torso through the middle of them, then grabs Quicksilver's head. Quicksilver is struggling, then turns around. The fiend pulls Quicksilver up onto the ledge of the ring. Quicksilver moves the fiend's arms, grabs his head, then hangs him up off the top rope. The fiend gasps, falls onto his knees, then holds his throat. Quicksilver hangs up fiend off the top rope, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver stands up onto the ledge of the ring, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Quicksilver is heading up top now, said announcer number 1. The fiend stands up, then turns around. Quicksilver jumps off of the top turnbuckle, then does a crossbody onto the fiend. What a crossbody that was, said announcer number 2. Both Quicksilver and the fiend stand up. The fiend goes to punch Quicksilver. Quicksilver ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. The fiend turns around. Quicksilver goes for a crossbody onto the fiend. The fiend catches Quicksilver in his arms. Fiend just caught Quicksilver, said announcer number 1. The fiend lifts Quicksilver onto his right shoulder. Quicksilver is squirming, lands onto his feet behind the fiend, then walks towards the ropes. The fiend turns around, then runs at Quicksilver. Quicksilver sidesteps the fiend. The fiend goes through the middle ropes, then lands onto his feet outside of the ring. The surgeon stands up, then pushes the fiend into the ring post. The fiend groans, then falls onto the floor. Surgeon just sent fiend into the ring post, said announcer number 2. Just that quickly the situation could turn around, said announcer number 1. The surgeon is smiling. Quicksilver bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, runs, then does a suicide dive into the surgeon. The surgeon goes into the barricade, then he groans. Quicksilver sends surgeon into the barricade, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver stands up. Come on, said Quicksilver. The crowd is cheering. Quicksilver high-fives the audience members. The surgeon slowly stands up. Quicksilver grabs the surgeon, then throws him into the ring. The surgeon stops rolling. Quicksilver grabs a second table, then slides it into the ring. Here comes another table, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver slides into the ring, stands up, then goes to pick up the table. Surgeon hits Quicksilver's back. Quicksilver groans. The surgeon grabs Quicksilver, bends him backwards, then does a reverse suplex onto him. Quicksilver lands face first onto the mat, then he groans. What a reverse suplex that was by surgeon, said announcer number 2. Surgeon slowly stands up, looks at the second table, grabs it, then leans it against the ropes. You need to put your opponent through the table, surgeon. Not next, said announcer number 1. The surgeon looks at Quicksilver, picks him up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Quicksilver groans. Nice power slam by surgeon, said announcer number 2. The surgeon is waving at Quicksilver. Quicksilver is slowly moving, then kneels next to the leaning table. The surgeon runs at Quicksilver. The fiend quickly slides into the ring, stands up, then clotheslines the surgeon. The surgeon groans, then stands up. The fiend lifts the surgeon, then slams him onto the mat. The surgeon groans. What a power slam by fiend, said announcer number 1. The surgeon stands up, then goes to punch the fiend. The fiend ducks, sets the surgeon up, lifts him, then does a back suplex onto him. The surgeon groans. The fiend stands up, then looks at the table outside of the ring, then he smiles. What is fiend smiling at? Asked announcer number 2. The fiend picks the surgeon up, then kicks his stomach. The surgeon groans, then falls onto his knees. The fiend picks the surgeon up, then sets him up for a powerbomb. I think fiend's gonna powerbomb surgeon through the table that's next to the ring, said announcer number 1. That's insane, surgeon could be injured, said announcer number 2. With what he's done to other competitors. I think it's fair, said announcer number 1. The fiend goes to lift the surgeon. Quicksilver superkicks the fiend. The fiend groans, then falls onto the mat. What a superkick by Quicksilver, said announcer number 2. Fiend didn't even see it coming too. That's the worst part, said announcer number 1. The surgeon pulls himself up with the ropes. Quicksilver looks at the surgeon, then kicks his stomach. The surgeon groans. Quicksilver looks at the leaning table, grabs the surgeon's head, then runs towards it. The surgeon quickly reverses it. Quicksilver goes into the leaning table, then he groans. Surgeon sends Quicksilver into the leaning table, said announcer number 2. Yeah, and Quicksilver was gonna do the same thing. I guess it's surgeon's lucky day, said announcer number 1. The surgeon is leaning against the ropes, walks towards the table, picks it up, then sets it up next to the turnbuckle. Surgeon has an idea here. I just don't know what it is, said announcer number 2. The surgeon looks at the fiend. The fiend is slowly moving. The surgeon runs at the fiend, then kicks the right side of his head. The fiend falls through the bottom rope, then lands onto the floor. Surgeon kicks Fiend outside of the ring, said announcer number 1. The surgeon turns around then sees Quicksilver slowly standing up. Quicksilver turns around. The surgeon kicks Quicksilver in his testicles. Quicksilver groans then falls onto the mat. Oh, come on. That's not fair, said announcer number 2. The crowd is booing. Oh, shut up, said the surgeon picking Quicksilver up then lays him into the table. I don't think Quicksilver will be moving after that, said announcer number 1. The surgeon jumps onto the second rope then looks down at Quicksilver. The strangler runs down the ramp, climbs onto the ledge of the ring then pushes the surgeon off the second rope. The surgeon goes over the top rope, hits his shoulder off the ledge of the ring then lands onto the floor. Strangler just pushed surgeon off the second rope, said announcer number 2. I think this is payback for what he did to Strangler, said announcer number 1. The Strangler jumps off the ledge of the ring then walks around the steel stairs. The surgeon stands up then looks at the Strangler. Wait. I was told to do that. It wasn't me. It was my bosses. The Strangler stops. All right, so we're good. Asked the surgeon. A steel chair hits the surgeon's back. The surgeon groans then falls onto the floor. Revanger appears. You do that to my partner again. And I'll do a lot worse to you, said Revanger nodding his head to the Strangler. The surgeon is groaning. Both Revanger and the Strangler start to walk away. Strangler got his revenge, said announcer number 2. The Strangler stops then turns around. The surgeon is slowly moving next to the barricade. The Strangler runs at the surgeon then kicks him in the left side of his head. The surgeon's head goes into the barricade then he groans. Now Strangler got his revenge, said announcer number 1. Both Revanger and the Strangler are walking up the ramp. The Fiend is climbing onto the ledge of the ring, sees Quicksilver laying on the table, climbs around the ring post, walks along the ledge of it then goes up the turnbuckle. Fiend is heading up top, said announcer number 2. The Fiend gets to the top turnbuckle. Quicksilver stands up then punches the Fiend. The Fiend groans. Quicksilver stopped Fiend, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver climbs onto the second rope. Both men need to watch themselves. One slip and they could fall through the table, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver sets the Fiend up for a suplex. The Fiend starts punching Quicksilver's left side. Quicksilver is groaning. The Fiend is fighting back, said announcer number 1. The Fiend lifts Quicksilver then does a front suplex. Quicksilver's head bounces off the table. Oh, the table didn't break, said announcer number 2. Must be a sturdy one, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver is laying on the mat. The Fiend jumps off the second rope then walks around the table. Fiend doesn't look happy, said announcer number 2. Well, he thought that Quicksilver was gonna go through the table. And he didn't, said announcer number 1. But he might right now, said announcer number 2. The Fiend picks Quicksilver up then sets him up for a powerbomb. Will Fiend retain his title here and now? Asked announcer number 1. The Fiend lifts Quicksilver into his right shoulder then turns towards the table. Quicksilver is squirming, lands onto his behind the Fiend then walks towards the ropes. The Fiend turns around then runs at Quicksilver. Quicksilver sidesteps the Fiend. The Fiend goes through the middle rope, holds onto it then kneels onto the ledge of the ring. Fiend almost went through that table next to the ring, said announcer number 2. The Fiend stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Quicksilver punches the Fiend. The Fiend groans then sways on the ledge of the ring. Quicksilver punches the Fiend again. The Fiend continues swaying on the ledge of the ring. Quicksilver runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring then darts for the Fiend. The Fiend's shoulder blocks Quicksilver's stomach. Quicksilver groans then falls face first onto the mat. What a shoulder block that was, said announcer number 1. The Fiend walks along the ledge of the ring then starts climbing up the turnbuckle. Quicksilver stands up then dropkicks the Fiend. The Fiend falls onto the ledge of the ring. What a dropkick that was, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver stands up, picks up the Fiend then sets him up for a suplex. Quicksilver's thinking suplex, said announcer number 1. Quicksilver tries lifting the Fiend. The Fiend blocks the suplex. Quicksilver tries lifting the Fiend again. The Fiend blocks the suplex again then lifts Quicksilver. Quicksilver is squirming, lands inside of the ring then hangs the Fiend off the top rope. The Fiend gasps then sways on the ledge of the ring. Oh, Fiend got hung up again, said announcer number 2. Quicksilver stands up next to the ropes. The Fiend goes to clothesline Quicksilver. Quicksilver ducks. The Fiend stops then turns around. Quicksilver superkicks the Fiend. The Fiend groans then sways on the ledge of the ring again. Quicksilver looks at the Fiend then superkicks him again. The Fiend falls off the ledge of the ring, goes through the table then he groans. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner and the new Transcontinental Champion, Quicksilver, said announcer number 3. Quicksilver did it. He has finally become a champion, said announcer number 1. Yeah, but now Hatred Slam lost their title again, said announcer number 2. Well, at least Fiend put up a good fight, said announcer number 1. That he did. Congratulations to Quicksilver on his first title, said announcer number 2. I couldn't have said it better myself. Well folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye, said announcer number 2 waving. Quicksilver raises the title. The crowd is cheering. The end.